All right. My name's Taylor Alexander. I'm originally from Flowery Branch, Georgia, but I've been living in Nashville for the past 3 years. I decided to audition for the show finally after a little bit of prompting from my fiance and from my mom and sister and people. Somebody approached me at a honky-tonk I was playing at and asked me if I'd come do the audition, and I was a little hesitant because I didn't know how I'd feel being on camera, but they were like, man, you really have to do it. So I kind of did it for them, and it turned out real great, so I was real happy I did. I wish I could say I left the job, but I kind of pick up work here and there, construction or what have you, when the music's not paying the bills. But mostly I've been kind of doing full-time music for the last 5 or 6 years. Yeah, I've got friends and family rooting for me, my fiance, my mom and dad, and my sister and 2 brothers, and a whole bunch of people that I play music with, and all kinds of people back home, so. It's a little unnerving, and it's hard to take it all in at once because it's so much cool stuff at once, and yeah, it's definitely not lost on me. I definitely feel really honored to be here. I was kind of nervous leading up to the blind, just rehearsing and getting the song and getting the arrangement together with the band, and kind of worried about what it would be like, but kind of as soon as the doors opened and I started walking up there, I just got real excited. I was like, I couldn't wait. There was a huge screaming crowd that was just excited to be there, and so it made it so much fun to get up there and play. And then, I started the song, and I got through not even the whole first verse before Adam turned around, and I was like, at that point, all the 5 weeks of preparation, being away from home, like all of that weight just kind of went away, and I was like, okay, now all I have to do is just finish the song without falling over, and we're home free. So I think the biggest surprise is just being surrounded by so many people that are professional in this field. I don't have any experience being around the television industry whatsoever, so all of that is totally new and cool, and getting mic'd up, and the interviews and the cameras and the lights and all that stuff is really new and fresh and interesting, and and then just being around all these music professionals is ridiculously humbling. One piece of advice that Adam imparted on me this past week was just be yourself. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, but in the battles, you're a lot of the time, in my case, you're up against somebody who's really different than you vocally. And what you kind of want to do on reflex is to try to compete with their style. And he was like, no, man, you just need to sing how you sing, and you just do the song your way and let yourself shine through your interpretation of the song. And so I've really been taking that to heart and just trying to sing like myself throughout the whole thing. Some of my biggest inspiration are just the classic country heroes, the Hank Williams and Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and Conway Twitty and Willie Nelson, and all these guys are my absolute favorite. And then there's guys that kind of followed after those guys, like Graham Parsons, that was doing great music. He was mixing rock and country together, and and then songwriters like Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt, and guys like that are always kind of a endless well of inspiration for me, because they made music that lasted for decades and decades and decades, and some of the best stuff, in my opinion, ever written in the American songbook. And so I just can't help but be inspired by guys like that. I kind of hope that the show can challenge me to sing to a different kind of audience. I've been playing in the honky-tonk bars since I was like 17, and so it's a different group to have people that are R&B and pop and rock fans, and not just classic country fans, and then the crowds are also a lot bigger. So